Heartbreaking news. Kobe Bryant and his daughter, his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, passed away in a helicopter accident in Calabasas early Sunday morning.
All right. Are we sorry about the wait. I was doing something on my end. I guess I won't even mess with it, but maybe we'll discuss it. Let me knock down this let me get rid of this friggin' waiting screen. Hold on a second. All right. So, I wanted to try a new overlay tonight, but we're not going to be doing much. Yes, right off the rip, I guess I'll mention it. I'm not big into basketball. I don't know a lot of the people. I have heard of Kobe Bryant, though. You know what I'm saying? And it's just tragic. What do you want me to say? That's just gutting. I am seeing recently because right when you guys mentioned Kobe Bryant, one thing I was debating talking about was the comment section on TMZ when they first announced it was disgusting. And I wanted to make a video, but I held off because I didn't think it was proper. Because the video's focus isn't about, the death of this basketball star, and we now find out his daughter. I mean, oh my God, that's heartbreaking. 13 or something like that. As a father myself, that is gutting. But TMC's getting some fire, or maybe I should back that up. The video is going to be about people giving YouTube so much shit about making more restrictions because comments are mean and yada yada yada. Go look at TMZ's comments. It is probably some of the worst shock, cringe, saying shit just to be a terrible person. It's worse than anything I've ever seen on YouTube by far. It's that bad. But yeah, TMC is getting slammed, and we'll talk about Jay bitch ass. We'll talk about him in a second. His girlfriend's alive. Everyone knows it. A member of the Matt family apparently lives in Canada, and he saw her 2 days after. Apparently, I know nothing about the dude. I don't watch his dumbass content. You got to be mental to enjoy his shit, but yeah, apparently he made a video, for those who don't know, and he said, for real, my girlfriend died. It's the worst acting you've ever seen in your life. Oh my God, it's terrible. You've got to be a mental midget to enjoy his content. You got to be. There's no way you're not. You know what I'm saying? Sorry if you're in the Matt family and you watch his shit. I don't know what's wrong with you, but seek help. But he's like, oh, boo-hoo, my girlfriend died in a car accident. The next day he uploaded, he's at his girlfriend's, the area, the memorial, and it's all fake. It's all faked. And then the next day he does like a talking to my girlfriend at 3 a.m. And for those who don't know this scumbag, he also did videos when celebrities die. I bet you any money he comes out with a video at 3 a.m. talking to Kobe Bryant's spirit. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful. This is a critique on a person who's consistently done this to celebrities in the past when they die, rappers and stuff like that. And Kobe Bryant, it's probably good enough bait for him for that outrage. I wouldn't put it, he's a degenerate piece of shit. But back to TMZ got slammed because they reported it before the family even knew. Oh, that stings. I mean, you were so greedy for that money. You were so hungry to break that news. I mean, you couldn't, and they got contacts. They got contacts, man. Listen, I know people who were up and coming, who were making, networking, and they got contacts. TMZ had contacts 100%. If they don't, I don't know what they're doing. They should have octopus arms, contacts out the ass. Maybe not best friends everywhere, but people they can get in touch with and be like, has this been announced to the family? Does the family know? At the very least, nah, you know what they were thinking? Yo, this is going to make us that bread. Don't play. We all know. Don't play. That's what they were thinking. So TMZ straight told them before the family knew. That hurts, man. That stings, especially since there was a child there. That stings. Anyhow, we're gonna move on. I'm not the person to sit here and make content out of celebrities passing, especially since I'm not in the know. I don't follow basketball. I mean, I don't know anything about the guy other than appearances in commercials and what spills over. Some people in sports get so famous and they have such a charisma that it spills over into the casuals. That's what it is. And that's what happens. So that's the only thing I know of him. I think the only time I was into basketball was when I was around 13 is when I stopped. But I remember going to New Jersey and watching Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen play. And I was into sports back then, basketball and baseball. Frank Thomas on the White Sox was my shit. And then Chicago Bulls with Kobe. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. I said Kobe because someone in my family was a fan, and he related him to Michael Jordan as far as the hype and the whatever. So anyway, so we're gonna move on, and to put this out there with anyone who is curious, doesn't know, yeah, the girlfriend, it's all fake. The girlfriend isn't dead. He's faking this. One of you who does not really want to come out and cause a ruckus, and I didn't even try to investigate to see if it was real. I'm not fact checking that shit. I peeked into it. For those just getting here, remember the Matt family said they seen, I guess they live in Canada. I could have this all wrong, but they seen his wife, girlfriend. She's definitely alive and well. And this was after. Hold on one second. No. Told him about you. Juliet got sick. That's partially why we're late. It's her fault. Wow. I don't know what happened, man. She got real sick. She only ate salad and cereal, and then she got this huge headache, and the pounding headache, was crying. So we were trying to get her some medicine for that, because she never took medicine for a headache before. She always rocked out with it. And then we were like, yo, we got to get you medicine because she's crying. And then she just threw up all in our sink, man. It was like she couldn't even make it to the bathroom. Just boom, it was like Exorcist. Exorcist. Projectile vomiting. Just boom. Sorry if you're eating. All right.
And also in the bucket.
And then in the bucket, I gave her a bucket to lay down. She's doing better now. I laid down with her. We cuddled, and I took like an hour. I passed out for like an hour. So she's feeling much better now. I'm still going to leave her home from school tomorrow, though, because I don't know. It was too late. I love you. Good night. It was too late in the day to get sick and then go ahead and go to school. Plus, we're going to wait and see. Anyway. What's going on now? Jason McDaniel? Who's that? What are we talking about? Oh my god, I'm starving. My belly just rumbled. It said, feed me, bro. Not a problem, Ranch King. Not a problem. Yeah, we're going to move on from J Station. I'm trying to see what you guys are talking about. Spin said something in the chat that caught me off guard. Let's switch over to... Yeah, let me get rid of this. Let me pull up my... I got to figure out how to do the music. Oh, why am I not live? There we go. Now I'm live. I would like a little soundtrack playing in the background, something subtle, small, you know. But let me get Jay Station's bitch ass off the screen. Let me move this over, I guess. Yeah, cover his bitch ass up. So we'll get rid of him. One thing I want to, let's dive right into a couple topics, and then I'll get into forgive me. That's what we'll do. We'll go into a couple topics, and then I'll get into the fan, it's not even fan feedback, but we'll get into the chat. All right, let's dive into this first article. The Walking Dead fans think a major character is rising from the dead in new trailer. This is ridiculous. Some people think fan favorites like Carl Grimes, who shot himself in the head, Jesus, Tom, who got stabbed in the head, Abraham, who again got dead in the head, and Glenn, who had his complete head bashed in. Abraham, too, now that I think about it, could be the owner of a hand seen bursting out of a grave in the newest trailer for second half of Season 10, despite the fan fervor stirring. This is a clickbait, you lazy bitch going for ad revenue article, especially since, and I don't even care what the rest says, because all they are is baiting them, and I guarantee the rest probably says, however, this is probably unlikely. Oh, you know what? Yeah, look at this. I knew this was going to happen. I pulled these images because I was going to do investigate to see why they have pictures here of who the hand belongs to. Now, so many people said, shit, yeah, I don't know how to do that. You guys are going to have to rock out with the picture. I mean, you know what it is. It's the hand reaching up. So many people had said, yo, what if that hand belongs to Beta and he's sneaking in from underground? And I tried telling them, well, it's not Beta because they already show how he sneaks in. He sneaks in through the sewer. We already know that. And someone in the Map family reminded me about the grandma that Dante killed. Hold on. Get over there. All right, that's as good as it gets. Yeah, someone reminded me about the grandma. Why is that not right? That Dante clapped. What the fuck are you doing? So that's who it is. It's the grandma that Dante killed. Obviously, this is going to have to be explained. Wow, that's not working proper. Oh, you bitch. You absolute bitch. This is going to have to be explained in the show. Because if Dante killed her and left her to turn, he was afraid of getting caught. So I don't understand the rationale there. If she rose from the dead, which is likely going to happen the next day, then what was he going to say? I forgot to stab her in the head so she doesn't turn. That's a little plot hole that I guess we can overlook it, but it's just stupid. But it's the old lady. The one thing I do like, it allows us to have that classic image of a hand pulling out of the ground. So again, to recap, see the cross here on the blanket. See the hand with the cross. It's grandma coming out of the grave. I mean, it might not be, but it's gotta be, right? Because that's her grave. I mean, that's her body. He was burying her. The only thing is I didn't know she had long sleeves on when she died. I thought she had a t-shirt on, but whatever. And having a little grandma coming out, little grandma zombie, yo. Can it be Dante? No, because they burned him, they killed him, they stabbed him in the head or whatever. So that's not Dante. Remember, they bury their own and they burn the enemy. We saw Gabriel burning Dante up. Why would he be coming out of the ground? You know what I mean? No, it's Grandma Zombie. It's Grandma Walker. So that's what that is. We got another article about Saints and Sinners. A lot of people, I'm surprised, asking me about this. Actually, I'm not surprised because the most recent trailer, this is a VR game for the World of the Walking Dead in the comic book. And to be honest, it looks good. It has that first-person style to it, clunkiness, yada, yada, yada. But outside of that, there's cool shit you can do. Break a bottle and stab a zombie. For the potential there, for the type of game it is, and taking everything into consideration of how first-person games look and how they're different than third-person visually, and you're never, not right now, you're not getting that same type, maybe with PS5 and maybe future, computer games, I don't know. But for right now, there's a bit of that clunkiness with first-person VR games like this. And a certain style to it as well. Even way back with the arcade days, it just has that same style. Now, Saints and Sinners looks really, really good. And if you already got really, really promising and fun, I don't think it's going to be outright amazing, especially not story-wise. But if you have a VR set and all that, I'm going to have to say, maybe check it out. Because I'll be honest, is this the same trailer we already saw? If I had a VR set, yeah, who are you? We did the same trailer for my comic book, Doomsday Kingdom. They're just too coincidental. How is that too? You know what? Look, I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. You guys could check it out. But yeah, look, you got on a little boat. Amazing experience here. Look at that. Well, it's all on a boat. I don't know what the deal is here. Hey, that look fly. But like I said, the VR headset, you guys know the channel doesn't make any money. Hasn't for like a year now. And it's just the way it is with ad revenue. I can't buy a VR headset. Not for this game alone. If I was going into PS5 and I knew I'd have a hole and there was a library of games I wanted and yada, 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 I would do it. But I think VR headsets are like a few $100s, right? I could have sworn they were like $500 or $600 or something, but I'm pretty sure they're down to like $200 or $300. But I can't do it, not for one game. First off, I don't even got it to get it. So you're not getting a review out of me. And I know I've had a tremendous amount of people ask me about it. It's not happening. Maybe down the line I'll be able to check it out. But if you are in the Map family and you have checked it out and you want to contribute some type of review or something, you have to do everything. You have to do absolutely everything. You know what I mean? And then contact me. I'm not going to edit anything for you. Obviously I'm going to read it, or maybe if you have a little video clip. If there's something good, I mean, if you send me something that has terrible audio, I'm just going to tell you it's not good enough. So don't get in contact with me if you're sensitive about something, because I'm telling you right now, I just don't have it in me to beat around the bush. But yeah, maybe we'll do that from the Map family. We'll take a few opinions from people who have played it and share their experiences. So that way we can get some type of review. But I just can't do it. All right, moving on. What else we got? Night of the Living Dead is a series I'm starting soon on Flaws and Oz. Now, it didn't win the vote. I don't think. We have to do one final poll with the members. Because what I did is, to mix it up, I did voting with the Patreon supporters and the YouTube membership, which, if you want to keep the Flaws and Oz for The Walking Dead especially going for the rest of Season 1 and Season 2, at the very least, and hopefully grow from there, please consider supporting with the YouTube membership or the Patreon, whatever you can, if at all. If not, watch them. Even for the movie ones, if you're not interested, maybe decide to check them out and hit that like button, comment. All that activity helps to really boost it. And that's because I honestly thought the Flaws and Oz for 101 would hit 10K in the first day or two, and I was really focusing on, we need to hit 50K. That thing didn't even come near 10K. I think we got another maybe 2 members, I think. Yeah, I think maybe, you know what I mean? So just putting it out there. If we can build this up to help to keep it going and keep it going quickly, I could put it out. I could do one video a month easy, but I'm talking if we had the support behind it. I'm doing 4 a month, one each week. We're one every Monday, which is not the case right now. I can't get 102 out tomorrow. However, tomorrow we do have a 101 recap of sorts coming out. It's going to be like a rant video. Anyway, so Night of the Living Dead is the series we're doing for Flaws and Oz. We're going to be getting into it once we pick the winner of the polling, which looks like it's going to be The Dark Knight, unfortunately, which is my fault, because it was supposed to be Batman Begins. I did put below it every series we're starting from the first one. I was shocked. I never thought Dark Knight would win. That blew my mind. I'll be honest. Listen, it's a great movie, but for this channel, I thought horror, zombie stuff would be top. But it looks like The Dark Knight won. Now, the only thing that can flip that over is when we do the member poll. If they pick something that's not it, The Dark Knight will get done. It just won't be the next one. It'll probably get done in sometime in February. But anyway, Night of the Living Dead is likely coming out in February, if I'm looking at the rough estimate from the poll. So I went ahead and bought this Criterion Collection. If you're interested, I found it on Amazon for $22, free shipping. And I'm not into the cover at all. I just needed this to have a crisper image and whatever. And this is supposed to be the best quality that's out there. Looks fly. It's got an awesome case. I'm in the steel books, but this thing looks amazing. And I love that artwork. Now that I look at it, really, really. This is going to show up tomorrow, so I can start checking out the audio commentaries and bonus features and stuff like that. I might even be able to pull some extra videos off of all the features. This Criterion Collection is loaded with extra bonuses. It's got a little poster and shit like that. So if you are interested, I want to throw that out there. Go ahead and pick yourself up a copy. Someone told me these normally run for $40, so that's why I'm putting it out there. Maybe that's, when they first released, I don't know. But that cover is sick. I like that artwork. Yeah, go ahead and cop that. And also the Ronnie Hayes channel. I was putting out some stuff. I'm waiting, but soon, once I start putting out, we have like 2 weeks worth of daily stuff coming. But I'm waiting because I wasn't quite ready this week to do that. So keep in mind, if you're interested on the Ronnie Hayes channel, we talked about some Joker stuff. We got the Onision crap. I got another video kind of sort of around that. One has to do with YouTube and how Chris Hansen looks like he's gunning for YouTube, which I absolutely disagree with. And I think he's an idiot. And he straight up lied, and no one's talking about it. He lied about, I guess, Onision or this Greg guy. He apparently made a video and he flashed his pecker. And it's not true. I mean, if you guys know where that is, let me know. But I tried to reach out to get proof of this because Chris Hansen's like, yeah, YouTube needs to step it up, yada, yada, yada. They're persecuting us, but they let him do this. First off, his shit is skits. Yes, he's a degenerate, but YouTube's hands are tied. Knock it off with that shit and focus on you and your, FBI investigation, which I know something's going to pop off, but I'm just taking the piss because, I don't know. I think sometimes he's making it out to be bigger, his connections and what they're doing and what yada, 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 than it really is. But if I could make a bet, I'll bet you right now, I think this dude probably goes away for either a year or two in jail or like 3 to 5 years probation with a certain thing. And that's based on if they can find certain evidence from transferring images online with a minor. Anyway, but yeah, it's funny because Chris Hansen just fired his guy, some producer that was being an asshole to the internet community. I'm talking, this guy shows up, and I'm trying to catch up on some of this. Some of it I find interesting, but some of it, it's like, what are you doing? This dude shows up on YouTube. Chris Hansen's like, yeah, I'm going to use YouTube to, boost my career back up. And he's got this producer, some Vince guy. And this Vince guy is like, oh yeah, you know what? No bad publicity is still good publicity. We're just going to flag and claim channels, fucking with YouTube or regular people's livelihood, where you crush a channel down, that's devastating. And this guy's like, well, it doesn't matter because, it's good publicity. Like, you are a piece of shit. I'm glad he got fired, but he got so butthurt over it, he hijacked Chris Hansen's website. This shit is ridiculous because he was helping him with it. He hijacks his website, and it's Hansen versus Predators, but now it's full of memes about Chris Hansen not being able to pay his debts. That's how butthurt this dude got over it. Oh, man. So, yeah, there's mad shit going down. But let me dive into the comments now. I went through a bunch of different topics. I'm sure I had more, but once we start going, I'm peeking at some of the comments, and I'm trying to keep up. But let me just pull the comment box up now because I can't keep up. You guys are all over the place. Let me back it up a bit. Yeah, if you're talking to me at Make a Path Presents. I believe it's all one word. That way I can see it. It's in orange here. I'm going to learn how to put music on this OBS. I think I did it with the first version, but this is a different one. And I'm not up to date with this one totally yet. So you guys talking about well, let's see if we can put an end to this. Let me see. Because you guys are going back and forth about something that's not true. Spin, what is that about? Who apparently said the N-word? So I could just look it up and we could pull whether it's real or not. So that way everyone could just move on. Did Kirkman reveal the cause of the outbreak I saw? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. That's another little mini news story. I didn't cover it because it doesn't matter. If Kirkman comes back out with more content and he wanted to change it, he can. Unless he comes out and he's like, yo, this is canon, which I don't believe he did. But someone asked him in the comments on Twitter about the source of the virus, and he said it was a space spore. So there you go. If you want to hang on to that, I don't know if he said it's canon, but even if he did, I kind of feel like if he came out with a new story, maybe a book, and he wanted to go over that stuff, I think he can change it and do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? People were talking trash at first because they thought TMZ posted fake news, and then a reporter said the N-word. Which reporter, though? All right, well, I'm sure if I search quick. Says N-word. I don't see anything. No, I don't see anything. Please. I don't see anything with TMZ with the N-word. The oldest case is like 5 months ago, and that had something to do with someone else. TMZ N-word. Yeah, I don't see anything coming up right now. If you give me the reporter's name, I'll look even further and we'll put an end to it. But, I would be shocked if someone said something and they didn't run with it if it's not that big. Reporter dropping the N-word. Everyone's dropping the N-word. MSNBC reporter dropping the N-word. What is this? This feels like it's a troll now. MSNBC. MSNBC anchor apologizes after appearing to make racial slur covering Kobe Bryant's death. What is that about? That's an hour ago. So, and this is from the New York Post. I'll pull it over so you guys can see. Sorry if the thing isn't lined up. Well, it's kind of lining up now. MSNBC, yada, yada, yada. And whatever. Anchor apologized on Sunday after some believed she made a racial slur during a live broadcast after Kobe Bryant's death. Host Allison Morris appeared to drop the N-word while trying to say the name of Bryant's team, the Lakers, during an announcement about a fatal car crash. Following the gaffe, Morris said she misspoke, combining words Knicks and Lakers to say Nakers, which several of Twitter heard as a racial slur. Is this it?
Matter which team, which Lakers team he played on.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay on the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, yeah, she said, yeah. She straight said it, yeah. I don't believe she's like, yeah. I don't know the girl, though, right off the bat. It sounds like it was just a...
On the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, I think it was. But here's the thing, though. That shit happens time to time. And if she's saying, yo, it was yada, 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 I've done that shit myself. Not that word, but I've done that where I've taken a word and then there was another word, or I saw something on screen, and then when I said it, it was completely jumbled. I've done mistakes. I've done something recently where I said something stupid where I wanted to say visuals, and there was an image on screen, so I looked and I was like, oh, that's a cool image, but my brain said, instead of saying the word visuals, I said the word image because I was looking at a cool image. It could even be something like that. I don't care if she said Nakers or she straight dropped the N-bomb. The point is, like, how it was pronounced. The point is, it sounds like it was a mistake misspeaking, combining them. You know? I don't think it was intended like that. I personally, you guys can put your opinions down. That's mine. I don't think there was any intent there to be racist, mean, rude, gross. You know what I'm saying? I think it was just a slip up. Yeah, Spin, calm down. I'm agreeing with you. I'm literally saying that. I was using an example of multiple different ways I've made a mistake. But yeah, it's like I'm literally agreeing with you. I don't know why you're taking this to heart unless someone got you riled up about she said it. Like, listen, here's the thing. If you want to say she said that exact word, then fine, she did, but she stumbled words. I just explained that. But I believe her. I'm trying to figure out which two words she was. It was Knicks and Lakers, right? Knicks and Lakers. That sounds on the money. That sounds like it could definitely be. It's misreading out loud on a teleprompter. And again, just like I was trying to point out before, examples of when I'm talking and then if I see a word right there, she could have saw Knicks in something, you know what I mean? Or anything similar, and then saw Lakers, and as she was doing the teleprompter, her brain was starting to say Knicks, and then she corrected to Lakers, and that's how you get that word, unfortunately coming out sounding like the N-word, which, again, you can come out and say, like, that's what it is, but it's stumbled. It was an accident. It wasn't intentional. We've wasted too much time on this. I don't understand how that blew up in the chat. Someone misspoke. Ooh, I don't really care. I don't think it was that big of a deal. I don't think it was on purpose, but that's sketch. I don't even think it was sketch. It's not. And again, unless you've done it before, I don't know, man. I've been there. Reading stuff off, dealing with a live audience, dealing with yada, yada, yada. Small scale, sure. Not as anxiety. I'm in my fucking office, my home office. But I've done a simple thing where you read things and you combine the words and make a... I got lucky so far. I didn't combine anything that was, controversial. That's it. I combined stupid stuff. I've even heard people say it out and about when they're not reading off a teleprompter, where they're thinking of two words or thinking of a word and they say one word. It's normal. It's common. Chill out. Yeah, unless someone is saying that shit intent, no problem at all. Shit happens easy and make people need to quit getting caught up in minutia. I agree with that. Rob Dog 11 with a $5 love tap. Yo, Ronnie, it's Rob Dog. Keep up the good work. Did you know if cows had mustaches, they'd be called moustaches? Thanks, Pimp. My daughter would love that joke. Thanks, Pimp. Have a great night. I'm going to have to remember to tell her that. You guys can say what you want. It isn't true. I watched it live. She's not guilty of anything. It sounded bad. The fucking end. Well, here's the thing. Spin. Let's get one thing right. I'm sure there's probably 2 or 3 people in the chat that sees that you're getting riled up over it, and they're just going to tell you she said it and yada, 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 just to get a reaction. I see that all the time on the internet. We all see it all the time on the internet. But I agree with you. That's tricky. But I agree with you. She stumbled words, mixed Knicks and Lakers up, and there you go. Unfortunate, same sounding, embarrassing, I'm sure, incident. It's not even misspeaking, it's misreading out loud teleprompter. Uh, we're like splitting hairs though, because sure, both, because the action is speaking, reading, confusing, blah blah blah. All of y'all living out life on the fullest. Much love. Thank you very much. I had slips of the tongue all the time. I do too. Like I said, luckily never on camera with anything that was controversial or crazy embarrassing. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just so angry that people are taking this so out of context. Oh, just relax, because the internet's going to do that. I guarantee you'll have people jumping all over Twitter saying blah, 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 blah. You know? You're never going to convince them, you know. I don't know. I just ignore them. You know what I mean? Like Dr. Steinman in the chat is spin. He's trying to get you pissed off. Just don't even give him the satisfaction, because that's what they're trying to do. It's not even worth it. I agree. It sounded like a mistake, and she combined the words by mistake. All right. I'm knocking out a couple more, but then I am done. I am so done wasting time on this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Pure Bacon, hit me up on Twitter. We're not going to have that conversation on live stream, brother. Hit me up on Twitter. Unless you want to talk about something that's topical. Other than that, if it's any, PM discussions, hit me up on Twitter. Have you heard about how bad the new movie The Turning was? I heard, yeah. I saw it, and it was the worst horror movie ever made. Yeah, I heard about that. Rob Dog 11 with another love tap, nut tap. Kirkman said he ran out of ideas for the Walking Dead storyline, and you mentioned you had some good plots. What kind of ideas did you have in mind? Thanks, Ronnie. Listen, I can't say it because as a creator, I feel, and like the idea I have is someone can come up with similar ideas, absolutely, because it's bound to happen. But the idea I have for where you could take The Walking Dead is a fucking gold mine. It's another 10 years of solid story, but it's tweaking your perspective a bit, because if you're looking at it, he kind of got tunnel visioned, where he's like, okay, people's communities, he kind of got that tunnel vision of doing that, and we saw that repetition. It just kept getting bigger, which is what you should have done. But at a point, there was a moment where he should have said, okay, now we're going to switch it up. And we got the big community. I can come up with ideas slowly, but we're going to start deviating with these little side stories that's in the big main story. But it's something I'm doing with Doomsday Kingdom. And like I said, as a fan, that's why I'm saying that, because as a fan of the zombie genre, I'd be like, yo, that shit's tight. So in Doomsday Kingdom, issue 2, if you have issue 2, this is a damaged copy, so I can be a little rough with it. But if you have issue 2, there's the front page called Memories. It's even a poster, doomsdaykingdom.com. Top of the line quality, by the way. And you see this here with the rider and the fire in the background. And then you'll see a Doomsday Clown, which is in issue 5. And then you see this event. And then you see this guy is my hint for the Goldmine idea that's coming up in a longer running zombie story. He's the Doomsday Cowboy. And I put hints in there. And when we get to it, I'll be able to say, here's part of the idea. Some of it I would have to explain for an hour because it's intertwining stories. Here's the Doomsday Couple, which is a funny little piece of this story I can't wait to get to. We have the Rider with his Wolverine claw, the house burning down, body bags on the ground. All this stuff is parts of the story over the next 60 issues, and we're going to get to each part. Like we did a future, and then we went back to the time where the outbreak happened, and that's issue 2. Issue 1 is the future. We flash back to issue 2, which is the outbreak, and then you see all these events that happened leading from the outbreak to issue 1, which is, like I said, in the future. And then we ran into the robbers, and we'll see them again soon. And we got the clown. The Doomsday Couple will probably be in the end of volume 2. So, you'll slowly see those pieces come up. But the cowboy is the one where we're gonna get to later on, and it is kind of in the future because the story's gonna jump a bit. But when we get there, I'll be able to point it out and say, this is the clue that was in the picture. I mean, there's only a few things, so I'm sure someone can pinpoint it out. But I'm telling you, as a fan, I'm thinking, bro, this shit's fire. We'll see the turning now just to see how bad it is. Oh, man, you're a brave soul. How dumb was the guy in the comment section of your last video? Seriously, what a tool. Which one? I know there was like 2 people really mad that I got the best on the wall, and then on the shield it was like the best in years. I thought that was a C for the I in. But here's the thing is, I'm watching this little 2-inch display because it's on Twitter. When you blow it up, it gets all pixelated. And when I saw the best on the thing, it was written on the wall because it's a promo thing in the whatever. And I just assumed they wrote Silence the Whispers on the wall. I just assumed it was part of the whatever. And then I saw the shields, and I got excited for, like, battle quotes on the shields. I got tunnel vision myself, and my mind went to, oh my God, I want that. That's cool. I want them to write, like, in Aliens when they're writing on the weapons, and in the war movies where they write on the bombs. I wanted that. So I just got overexcited, and I blocked out that it was actually for a promo, which I still think is fucking stupid. Why make it look like it's, in the world? And then in the middle, which is even worse, they run the same fucking promo where it says the best in years. And that part I pointed out, and I was like, I thought that was cool. Now, speaking of the slow-mo and how they stab and the slow motion blood is flying, and I was talking about, I think it would be really cool if I wish we get more and they don't sprinkle these cool little moments in with the... Well, anyway, someone left a comment talking about the slow motion moment with the words on the screen. And then when I was like, bro, that's not what I was talking about, they edited it. They edited the comment to the first time. And so I just deleted my comment because I was like, I'm going to look like an idiot. I don't know if you're talking about that one, or there was like 2 or 3 people who were mad. I don't know how you get mad. Ooh, I did a first reaction video, did it live for you guys, talked about it, and then uploaded a video. I'm not doing those videos anymore. I thought it was a little fun, an older style video. But apparently some people they got to be fucking mad. I don't know. Hey, Ron, I just want to let you know that you missed a flaw in the Joker vid. Which one? He shoots a 5-shot revolver 9 times in the subway scene without reloading. Yeah, we spoke about that after. I really wish I caught that one because, is it really only a 5-shot revolver? I wish I caught that one because right when I posted it and we were premiering it, it hit me. I don't know which part it was, but it was when he was chasing the guy down, and I thought, wait a minute, wait a fucking minute. And then I saw a comment, someone said, bro, he shoots too many bullets. And I was like, no. I get so that's why some of the flaws in Oz take so long. Like, it bothers me that one flaw isn't incorporated in it. Like, it bothers me. We never go to a story with Oceanside and the Kingdom in the comics after A New Beginning. We never go story Oceanside again. Sure. I'm not. You're just stating, though. I don't know what you're asking. But other than that, the flaws in Oz were awesome and loved the movie. Yeah, that one bothers me, but I still love that. Flaws in Oz. That one's actually awesome. Listen, let me in your house. If you want to think he reloaded, sure. I mean, that's what I'm just going to do. I'm going to picture he does, but I don't think they meant him to reload, because it's supposed to be frantic and he's out of his element. Oh, the Chris Hansen background? Well, let me drop it down to the Predator. I love that Predator. So fucking sexy. Let me drop that down. What's up, Matt? Ronnie? What's going on, Ryan? so lame. We might as well be talking about fear. Well, what do you want to talk about? You guys are in control of the stream. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. We're probably talking about one of the same person. Yeah, he was mad. I don't know what he was so mad about. I'm like, whoops, bro. Are you watching Stephen King's The Outsiders? Not yet. Just got here. Who the hell's returning? Grandma's returning. Grandma from the thing. Oh, what did I title this? Yo, I did a clickbaity. It's not clickbait, but it's kind of like a cheap clickbait title that I fucking hate. But everyone uses it. No one gives them shit about it. It's like, actually, you know what? I did leave a nasty comment recently. I'm guilty of that. It was the quartering. I was interested in the shit that's going on with YouTube because when you request a video, sometimes it takes them a while. Well, I've had videos that it's requested in minutes, and like they don't put ads on your shit, or it's limited ads, and then you say, hey, review it, and then it'll take minutes to hours to days, sometimes months. I think I still have a few videos that's 6 months now, and they haven't even reviewed it yet. And so he made a video about it, and the video did like 4 times better than all the videos he's done in the past like 2 weeks. He's getting like 70,000 off each vid or something, and then this video did like 200K. So of course he follows it up with the sponsor. He has no new information, and he's like, YouTube reached out. You'll never believe what they said. And he's all like this in the fucking thumbnail, like the douchebag, greedy little pig that he is. And they fucking said nothing. They were like, we'll get around to it. So you guys won't believe it. Well, actually, yeah, I do believe it. You know, I do believe they're not going to whatever. It's just frustrating. I don't have anything against the guy personally. You see that shit with everyone in YouTube. And to be honest, I'm going to start doing this shit this year too. All the shit that I hate and I don't. No, I'm doing it. It's Aiden. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing cheap tricks from now on because I'm so sick of everyone else doing it. Just like with monetization, I went for years. Fuck no, I'm not monetizing my channel. I went for years, you know what I mean? Because I had dignity. I was making content to make content. And then I saw other people, you know, getting money and they were able to upgrade their cameras. And I'm sitting here working 3 jobs and I still can't upgrade my shit, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, fuck it, I'm monetizing the channel. As soon as I did, I upgraded my camera, a webcam, to this, to that, to this. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to have that. If other people are going to do it and they're blowing up, once in a while, you know, I'm not going to make J-Station videos faking my girlfriend's death like a scumbag. But to cut some corners, yeah, I'll put some douchebag titles like, you won't believe what happened. Guess whose character's returning? And it's fucking Grandma Walker, you know, it's nobody. It's a nothing story. But I'm going to make it seem like you need to hear this shit. And then here's the thing though, and here's why I feel like when I do start doing that shit, I feel like it won't be so bad. Because I'm not going to just give you nothing. I'll make sure it has something juicy to it. You know what I'm saying? So that way when you come, you'll be a little bit mad at me, but then you'll be like, it's a good video. The shit that got me so triggered with the quartering is it was a shit video with a sponsor, with a hot topic, taking advantage of the community he cares so much about. Blow it out your ass. You don't give a fuck. You notice how he covers the videos to be the man helping out so much? Guess why? Because he's leave a like to help this video, share this video, spread this video. Yeah. Okay. Real YouTubers who are going to be honest with you, they know 100% those videos explode because the sheep lap it up. Oh my God, I can help? Okay, everyone watch this guy's video to help fucking YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you. Have you seen Underwater? I want to see that, but I have heard no review. Check out Mr. H Reviews. I like that guy. You want a solid channel? Mr. H Reviews. He reviewed Underwater, and if I remember correctly, he loved it. And I'm interested in it. I don't like the girl in it, Kristen Stewart, whatever her name is. Not because she slept with some married guy. I don't fucking care. What was the other? Twilight. I don't care if you were in Twilight. Just because I don't like her charm, charisma. I don't like the vibe of her. She just comes off as a bitch, you know? Yo, how about that Alpha Pred NECA is dropping? Are you getting that, Ronnie? I gotta get it, and I'm gonna review it on my Ronnie Hayes channel. That shit looks proper, yo. By the way, The Outsider on HBO is so good so far. 3 episodes in. Get on that when you get time, man. Wait, let me I gotta text my mama. Seriously, I gotta text my mother. Wait, where the fuck is my... There we go. I'll just do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. She's got a big test tomorrow. I don't want to mess with her. She's with her job. She's got this like big deal test coming up. I don't want to bother her. But I'm having an issue with the HBO sign-in. It's connected to Spectrum, and she has the master account. I mean, it's crazy. My family went in on like this package thing for it, so it's connected to like 2 different houses, but it's her account, so I don't know. HBO's being a dick about it. When I sign in, it's connected to Spectrum. It's doing all this, and it's still like error, flaw, fail, peace out. Six shots and whatever. Just do it, man. Use clickbait titles, whatever the fuck. Yeah, fuck it, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna give you the juice, the meat. I'm gonna stuff your fucking throat. I don't know. But I'm gonna give you something worth it, you know? I'll binge the first 4 episodes this week. Need to show to watch. Did you hear about the actor who played Merle? Said he was fired. AMC was cheap. Yeah, it was kind of like a joke comment with a little bit of seriousness. I think there was some partial truth there. I really believe that. Do you think if Melissa and Norman left the show by season 12, enough people would still watch for Judith? I don't think people would just watch for Judith, no. I do worry that Negan's time is almost up. I know people are like, oh, no, never. And maybe he's not going to die in 10. But I do think 11, 12, I highly doubt he'll be around past 12. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Remember Tobin as a walker? Grandma Cheryl will be made the most dangerous walker ever? Hell yeah. Yeah. Whatever you can do to grow the channel is good, as long as the content stays high in quality like I know they will. I think most people will understand. True that, right? Oh, thank you very much, Wendy. And I do agree. I'm sorry. I just think the hype over mixing up your words as a reporter is just dumb. I just don't care about it. So I agree with you there. Have you seen Uncut Gems? I think you'd like it. It's on my list. Is that on Netflix? Because I remember one night I was like, okay, I'm finally going to watch this. And I couldn't find it. I could have sworn it was on Netflix. I must have screwed something up. Actually, I can look right now. The picture of Beta outside in Alexandria. He has the cross right by his foot. He just came up from the grave. It's not Grandma. No, Eddie Prizzle. They already confirm it and show that, well, before I put my foot in my mouth, I'll go find it. But they already show he comes up through the sewer. They show that in small promo they had either on Twitter or YouTube somewhere. But he came up through the sewer. I will go and look it up just to be sure. But it's Grandma. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever that he comes up through the ground. We know there's a sewer under there, and I guess he could tunnel, but that's like really pushing. Like, it's already a stretch that they dug through the ground and dug over. That's a bit of a stretch, but having them then dig straight up and come up through the ground, that's iffy. But Grandma, who wasn't put down by Dante, it legit like clicks. it's got to be it. I don't understand why it wouldn't be. But like I said, we'll look into it. How do you think the series will deal with the original storylines, villains after they're already done with Kirkman writing? Remind me of Game of Thrones. Well, the thing with Game of Thrones, and the difference is, and this is a clear, hard-hitting, important difference, the prophecy. Game of Thrones has a prophecy, reveals an important story that's set up, and it's interwoven all throughout the storytelling, or at least it was supposed to be. The Walking Dead isn't that. The Walking Dead is whatever the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So there's no problem whatsoever. Once the story's done in the comic, it could get better, it could get worse, but it doesn't mean they need to give up, you know? I love Kristen Stewart. She's fucking sexy as hell. I just don't find her sexy at all. But that's tastes, you know? You could be hot and certain people just not find you hot. That's just the way it is, but she just doesn't do it for me. The picture of Beta outside in Alexander. Okay, I already did that. What happened there? Put the hat back on, you bald fuck. I can't. It's hot in here, brother. And if I didn't want to be bald, I wouldn't cut my hair. Like, fuck off. Would you be happy with Negan getting a heroic death at the end of the Whisper War? Heroic? It's got to be done right. Not straight up, you know. I guess it could be. It matters on how they do it and how they frame it. I would love something with Maggie, though. It has to be, it would be just thinking about that possibility. Like, imagine seeing them really getting, and again, I'm being super general just so you get the point, but them getting really, like, pounded and in trouble, and they're, Negan somehow is able to help in a big way, and Maggie has the opportunity to help him in the end, but maybe decides not to and then changes her mind, something similar to that, but she's already too late. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to say that any better. Let me turn up this volume. Someone said the volume needs to turn up a little. Can you hear me now? Yeah, that's probably good. Let me know if it gets too loud. Yeah, that looks too loud. You guys will let me know if it's too loud. I turned it up some. Let me know if that's all right. Are you a little annoyed that Alexandrias haven't done anything to secure the sewers? They should have all known. Yeah, if that's what it is, I am a little annoyed because that doesn't make any sense. Unless they have guards and he kills the guards before they sneak in. All right, but they should have been booby-trapped somehow. Have I seen any growth with the channel in January? No. I mean, even the Flaws and Aws 101, man, I thought that would be a good stepping stone. I really thought we'd have enough support to do at least the first 5 seasons. I'll be straight with you. I wasn't sure about the whole series. That's a bit iffy. But, we could quickly bang out this year in 2020. If I was full-time and we were doing 1 video a week, man, we can pound out 40 to 50 friggin' episodes. That's half of the series just this year. You know what I'm saying? I really thought we'd be able to do that. But when 101 hit, man, it flew up to like 5K and then it just stopped and it was crawling. And in order to do that full time, I think just with views alone, we still need the support, which also didn't come in. I think we had like 2 $1 Patreon supporters and then like a $5 one. We had 2, I think, new members to the channel, which is, I don't know what YouTube takes, but that's like $5 each. So, but here's the thing: if no one wants to support financially, that's fine. It's just gonna be slower growth. And that's just because of how it works. That's just how it is. I've talked about it 1,000 times. You guys know what I'm talking about. But as far as view-wise, I was looking at we need to hit that 50K minimum, and then hopefully we can build it up to around 100K minimum. Even 50 to 100K would be the sweet spot, just bouncing around. That's fine. But to have it just stop around 5K and slowly grow, I think we're at like 6K now or something like that. That was ouch. I really thought we'd hit 10K solid views, within the first day or two. It just felt like there was a ton of like an overload of interest for it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm trying to get 102 and 103 out relatively quick, and once those two hit, like 102 and then 103 a week behind it. So by the end of this month, I'm hoping we'll have at least half of season 1 done, and then I'll really be able to tell. The reason why I stress that so much, keep this in mind, is because episode 1 of a series always does twice as more as everything else. Same with YouTube. When I do part 1 and part 2, part 1 always, which I don't understand, because when I'm interested in something, I always, continue on to part 2. But it always has like half more viewers, which again, I don't get. Why would you not watch part 2? But with 102, if we only get like 3K views, I'll be honest, I don't know if we're even going to make it to season 2. But I'm relatively quickly, I'm still like dead set on doing at least, season 1 and then the first half of season 2, just to build the audience. And then once we build it, we might be good to go. You know what I mean? I have a feeling that JDM has either a spin-off series or some type of movie deal that AMC is going to keep Negan around for. He's too promotionally marketable for them to lose. Well, that's why I suggested or predicted, I guess, or speculated they would have Negan leave, just like in the comic, and then put him in his own movie series. I wouldn't be shocked if they did that. That seems like some direction they would go. Wait, who is coming out of the grave? It's Graham, the lady Dante killed. Makes sense. He wouldn't dead her in the head. Yeah, it makes sense. A little iffy, though. We're going to get into that when I review it. I got to go back a little, make sure we get everyone. In my opinion, Kristen Stewart looks like the showers once every week. Same Miley Cyrus hair and armpits. Megan Fox, I'd hit that. She's a girl where I can see why people, are attracted to her, but she has that just bitch look where it just doesn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? But I can understand why others are like, yo, she's hot. But for me, attitude is really important, and that shit looks like a stuck-up asshole. Maybe she's not. I doubt it. Would clickbait work for review or box opening videos? I'm not sure about using clickbait for my channel because channel is small. Yeah, but you gotta be clever with it when it comes to the box opening and review videos. Your character and your attitude and your presence is vital. You can build a good, solid community. And here's the thing with review channels, especially with reviews for opening subscription boxes and reviewing collectibles and figures and yada yada yada. If you build it the right way, you could stay small with your subscribers and still make more money than this channel ever does. You can have 20K subscribers and you'll be making 5 times more than what I make, and that's because your subscription base, because it's so targeted, you'll have a majority of your viewers plus people just searching for a review. Like I just reviewed something that was a new Alien thing, and I looked it up and watched a few reviews, and it's made for kids. It's like the Alien monster, but it's made for kids and toy collectors. And even though I fucking have toys on a shelf behind me, I'm not a toy collector. I don't care. It has to be specific for me to be like, okay, boom. I think I have a Spawn toy that, and like another toy I had when I was a kid, and I found it at a yard sale. It was sitting around Greasy Tools, and for $2, I rescued it, but I'll probably end up giving that away somewhere down the line. But outside of that, it's for me, it needs to be a visual thing. But that's the thing with toy reviews. Type of content like that, it's real targeted. So I would say let me move this over. Your charm and charisma is top, but then slip in, not every, but once in a while, slip in those enticing titles. That's the best way to say it. I would love for you to do Flaws and Alls for Silent Hill movie. No rush. That would be dope. I'm sure eventually we'll get to that. You watching World Beyond? I'm definitely going to watch the first episode. Maybe Negan saves Herschel during the fire. Herschel's not there, though. Herschel's with Maggie. Yeah, Herschel's not there. Keep it up with the live after parties. Oh, that. Yes. Thank you, Radical. You guys, I need you to comment right now. I need you to comment right now. Your opinion. And the opinion matters because I'm seriously considering doing this. No ahs and flaws. Fuck me. No flaws and ahs for The Walking Dead Season 10. No more. Until we get there. What I mean by that is instead of doing a live after show and then a flaws and ahs, I was considering just sticking with Season 1, go into Season 2. By the time The Walking Dead returns, we will be in, if we can keep this going, we'll be in Season 2, Episode 3, Episode 2, somewhere around there. I forget when The Walking Dead comes back, but it's later in February. By the time we get there, we'll be going up. And I was thinking to keep going with the older flaws and ahs in order for The Walking Dead. And then by the time we get to Season 10, we'll just do that then. Because I did notice when I do the live stream and then Season 10 flaws and ahs, the flaws and ahs, because I didn't do live streams at first. I just did flaws and ahs, and it was on the rise. I mean, it was skyrocketing. Then when I did the live stream and then I followed it with another flaws and ahs, the flaws and ahs like hit a ceiling. It just stopped and fell. I think the very last one I did before I started live streams again was the highest flaws and ahs. Ever since then, the views just don't get past that. I think it was like a Negan one, hit like 17K. So I'm thinking about just sticking with the old Walking Dead, and we'll just do new episodes for the live stream, but comment below which one. You don't have to get into a whole detail. Just say yes or no. Maybe Negan says, okay, we already did that. If you build it, they will come. I hope so. Don't worry, Ronnie, you'll get more growth again sooner or later. You deserve it, and it's like what Joker says, you get what you fucking deserve. I hope so. You just gotta upload consistently, constantly, dog. It's hard, but you know, YouTubers. Yeah, I appreciate the advice, brother, but I already know it. You know? There's a difference between doing that and then saying, well, I gotta, hustle up and work today or do this and do that, and you get what I mean? So, yeah, I know that. But I can't just sit home and go broke. I got to get out the house and do other things. Ronnie, I think the hand coming out of the grave is Beta, because in the next shot you see Beta next to the grave, cross with his two knives. Oh, my God. It's either Beta or everyone is just so dead set on wanting it to be Beta. I do have that little... where'd I put it? I'm telling you, it doesn't make any damn sense to be Beta. I've been wrong in the past before, but it just doesn't make a lick of sense to be Beta. Digging a hole through the whole ground, that's such a reach. I'd have to flaw the fucking shit out of that. But where the hell did I put that clip at? I had a little clip. But the granny, it clicks. It just makes sense to be the granny. Here we go. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, that's why. I'm looking under Walking Dead. I accidentally saved it under my images. No? What the fuck did I do with it? Image 1, image... Oh, yeah, here we go. Image... image. Double check. I think I know what you mean. I think the grave is there. But again, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, here's the picture. I think the grave might be in front of his foot, but I don't see it there. I'll watch the trailer. Yeah, I'll watch the trailer. It could be. I just don't see how that would line up. Robo Dog would have loved Tap Nut Tap. Yo, Ronnie, if I buy you a soccer jersey, would you wear it? Much love, Brotendo. I guess I would have to. I mean, I'm the kind of guy, if someone sent me, I'm curious though, why a soccer jersey? Is it like a team you play for? Because I tell you what, I have absolutely no interest in soccer. Hey, look at that. I just did it. I saw a jersey in soccer and I said soccer. Just like that reporter. Except for I didn't say anything embarrassing. Because I don't give a fuck. But, yeah, I have no interest in sake at all. But I'm the kind of guy, if you sent me one for whatever reason it was, I would wear it for a live stream, at least. Maybe Dante intended to leave Cheryl without damaging the brain to sabotage the group again. No, I definitely think he did something like that. But on the flip side, I don't know why he would. It would blow his cover. One zombie is going to be noticeable. You know what I'm saying? I think Norman and Melissa leave before the show ends with their contracts having a universe option. Agree? I don't know. I can't agree because I think depending on how everything falls into place, they could leave before the show ends, or the show ends and they leave and go and do, they blend into, because that's definitely something they can do. You know what I mean? Also clear, man's. Move over to the other channel and build the audience on there. You deserve to get some pay for the... Well, we are starting to build that up. That is more random. And if it picks up and the stats are doing better, for whatever the reason is, whether they put a block on this channel for something I did or said or yada, 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 I don't know. I don't do controversial shit. I don't do political shit. I just don't understand, unless one time I did, because I've covered a video or two that's a little iffy. But if the personal channel, right now the growth is unreal, but it's small numbers, but it's all like 800% better. I'll move everything over to that. I know who Trev's channel is, and to do a podcast, I don't have time, but maybe in the future. February 23rd, The Walking Dead returns. Yeah, Radical Z. It's the old lady, and the reason she didn't get put fully down is because Dante is the one who dug the hole by himself and buried her by himself. She was wrapped up in a thing, though, so I would imagine he just, unrolled it. Yeah, Radical. I don't know if I'm going to review Birds of Prey. I get you love it, but the trailer alone it attacked my senses. I don't know if I could sit through that movie. Thank you very much, Ryan. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just don't know why he would want her to turn. Who spray painted the best? I still haven't figured it out yet. I think it was Maggie fucking around. Well, yeah, Godzilla. That's why I'm trying to see what people want. I think you're the only one that answered me, though. Where y'all at, guys? Do we want to keep going with season 10 Flaws and Awes, or stick with season 1 and 2 and 3 and wait till we get to 10? Because I'll be honest, my mood right now, I'm leaning a little more towards stick to the old ones, because that way we have new things, I put the old Flaws and Awes up every Monday, and every Sunday night we get a new episode live after show. You know what I'm saying? I had to set my candy down. I need something. My throat is... I got cotton mouth, yo. Like I'm smoking weed or something. With Scott Gimple comparing The Walking Dead to big crossovers like Crisis on Infinite Earths, how can The Walking Dead universe go as big as that? I just don't understand what he meant. Well, that's because you're most likely thinking of the superhero aspect. When Scott Gimple's making that example, he's simply talking about leads of their own shows, series, miniseries. He's talking about the leads making cameos. Now, this is nothing new. On the channel, we talked about this before Scott Gimple mentioned it. In a lot of my older videos, when we talked about where could they go with the future of The Walking Dead as far as... I don't even know what brought this up. One of y'all who watches the older videos, let me know, because I brought this up a number of times where they could have the characters. It was Fear the Walking Dead. Now I remember. Back when Fear the Walking Dead was like season 2 or 3, I talked about how as long as they bring them close enough, they can have them cameo in each other's shows without having to do one show. Because think about it, and I'll explain this just real quick. If you have Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, if the characters, survivors, get too close, it becomes one show. Because now, why aren't they always around? But if they just get close enough where they're far enough away where they have to travel to get to them, they can go there for important episodes to cameo. That's what he's talking about when it comes to the Crisis on Infinite Earths. The leads cameoing, making a cameo every once in a while for big events, not every single season, not every single episode, and yada, yada, yada. I'd rather season 2 Flaws and Oz instead of season 10. Thank you for your input. Do you still paint houses? Fuck yes. I also don't like how perfect Judith is being portrayed. One thing they did better with Carl is they made him struggle and work to get skills. Judith felt automatically strong. I agree. And like I said with my critique, I just think it's more powerful to show a Judith get knocked down in close call and she still pushes through, you know, dirt, sweat, a little bloody nose. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, man. Show her make that struggle instead of just being like, oh yeah, you know, I'm such a badass. It's just, come on. I don't know. It's definitely a preference, you know? And again, I could see it and be like, oh yeah, that's fine, that's cute here and here and here. But we're at a point where I'm starting to get annoyed with it. And if they keep going, I'm going to be really annoyed with it. And again, it's a preference thing, but I feel like they need, thanks Spin for your input. I feel like they need to add more substance there. I mean, she's a little kid, but come on, you can knock her down. It's acting. You know, there's pads and mattresses and shit. Like, come on, man. Birds of Prey is good as hell. TV show. I didn't know there was a TV show. I thought you were talking about the movie. 1, 2, 3, and so on. Season 1, and then in order. Wait to get to 10. Old Flaws and Oz. Keep going. Yes, do the new stuff. It seemed to do better. After party stream. Yeah, thanks for the input, everyone, about that. Season 1 and 2 Flaws and Oz. So no review at all for the new episodes? No, again, let me explain this. Again, Gavin. Fucking listen up. The new episodes will be covered every Sunday night during the after show stream. And if you only want the review, for the love of God, watch the first 10 minutes of the stream and leave. I don't understand how that's such a hard thing to comprehend for certain people. Not you, Gavin. Definitely not you. Certain people, they're like, I want to watch the whole video, but I don't want to watch a live stream. Well, don't watch the whole. Watch the review. I don't want to. It's like, so you want me to edit out the one instead of you just watching 15 minutes and shutting it off? What are you kidding me? Anyway, keep going with season 10 or do streams after the episodes. Best part of the channel is hearing your thoughts right after the show. Jacob, that's literally like the same fucking thing, bro. After rewatching season 7, it's actually not as bad when binging it. Oh, I bet season 8 is god awful though. I bet certain ones are definitely easier when you can binge them. That sucks, John. Yeah, I'm not knocking the actress. It's straight the character. When it comes to Judith, I think the actress is doing just fine. Maybe live stream edit best of clips from stream. No, I can't. I don't have that time. I'm barely finding time to get regular content out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to edit a whole live stream. You know what I mean? Down to the best moments. Maybe a while back when I had these ideas of trying to get everything done, I would have been like, you know what? I'm going to try to. I learned my lesson, bro. I want to try to do everything. And fuck yeah, I love it all. I want to, but I can't. I'm not doing that. And still do flaws and alls. Yeah, I can't do that, bro. There's just far too much editing. Right now, it's got to be, only the most important videos get edited. Or at least once in a while, like I was able to do a soft edit for the death prediction video. And that's just putting images up. And that wasn't as bad. It still took a few hours to put together. But, I figured it'd be a nice little throwback video to put up. Thoughts on Fear of the Walking Dead World Beyond merging together after World Beyond ends? I think that's dumb. I just hate the idea of shows merging. I don't understand what the point is. Did you hear about Kobe Bryant? Yeah, we talked about it in the beginning of the stream. Yeah, as far as merging, I just don't see what the point is. Because when it comes to the Fear people, they would be traveling, and what you would have is a show that is taken over by a different show, and the new characters are now the main characters in the old characters' world, because you can't have it the other way around. They're not, the Fear people are the farthest away, and it just doesn't make any sense. Not at this time. Maybe down the line it'll start coming together better, but I don't see how that would. Plus, if you're taking Fear and you're putting them into merging them with World Beyond, and then you're going to still call it World Beyond, I don't know. I guess that could work. They've done worse, I guess. Well, the only acceptable argument for why Judith is strong is Carl's kid was born into it. Was Carl didn't. Yeah, I mean, Stryker, that's not at all what I'm trying to talk about, though. Like, I don't care a little. I don't even care a little bit to compare Judith from Carl. That has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm discussing. What I'm talking about is us growing that connection to the character. A Judith having to fight and struggle, having tougher fights, and instead of it just being like done. It's there's more to catch on there. There's more to connect with there. It's more interesting. You're rooting for them more and pushing for them, and it just develops a deeper connection, emotional connection with that character than her just simply, being a badass and perfect. Looking out for the channel's well-being and flaws and alls for original season first, please the broader fan base. Thank you for your input, Dan. Have you seen the most dangerous movie ever called Roar? It's a real movie about Melanie Griffith's family living in 100 wildcats. I think so. Didn't someone die? Have you watched a movie about contacting aliens and nothing? Contact, it's really interesting. I watched Contact with Charlie Sheen when I was like 11, and I hated it. Now, I was 11. I thought there was going to be aliens and shit. Now that I'm older and I can understand it, I might watch it again, but I remember being little and mad because there wasn't like a bunch of aliens. I feel like we need more cool villains like Negan and the Whisperers. I got so bored because of how bland the Commonwealth arc was. Well, we needed something. For God's sakes, Gavin, who said that? Judith has no hero arc, no flaws or struggle to overcome. Exactly. Not just that, but that's one solid point to add on. Do you think it's possible for Alpha to survive season 10? I think everything's possible, sure. Hey, Ronnie, I haven't been able to watch your streams lately. Loving the latest videos. Thank you very much, Adam. I appreciate that. Why the fuck haven't you been watching? Fear the Walking Dead should have never been written Madison out of the script. Probably not. Remember that CGI deer? Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy. Skull Galaxy, why are your messages always deleted, bro? What are you saying that you shouldn't be saying? Why end World Beyond early, though? Well, they're not ending it early unless you mean the 2 seasons. They're doing 2 seasons. I don't know why. I am speculating it's not building as much hype as they thought, and they're just doing early damage control and canceling it early. Isn't it kind of sad Michonne never formed a strong bond? I don't think so. I just don't care. Yeah, I just don't care. Because, again, that's like focusing on them being the 2 remaining females. The thought never crossed my mind. You know, it's just not something I even thought of. I just see them as just the season, early season survivors as a whole. What character in the Walking Dead comic or TV show do you think deserve more screen time, page time? Well, I'm only going to pick a little bit because this is all over the place, complicated. I can pick everything from Tyrese, but change that because his character was mutilated in a way. They made him this weird, soft pussy, you know what I mean? What character in the Walking Dead comic or TV show do you think deserved more screen time / page time? Let me pick just one, but I'm going to have to go with the comic Governor. He didn't get enough, and I think that's why they did a book focusing on the Governor. There was like 4 of them. Comic Governor should have had more shine. And he came in, he was brutal, he was in and out in like 10 issues. You know what I'm saying? That's, for the comic, that is fast. That is real fast. What character in the Walking Dead comic? All right, let me read this. John H. wants to know, so as a writer, how do you find a balance of developing a protagonist versus the villain? Well, again, we're gonna break this down when it comes to certain questions like this, because when it comes to let me word this the right way, exactly you're asking as far as the specifics, because you're talking about a balance of developing them. Are you talking about the highlighting like the hero and then the villain? Because in that regard, you're doing the same thing but differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, on one side, you have to, I don't want to say easily, but on one side, you have this range of what a good guy does. But you're also dealing with all types of different shit. Versus the bad guy, you have that range of villain, but you can't cross over into the hero stuff. But I guess you kind of could, but it can't contradict with like his villain nature. Like Negan, for example. Here's an example, and this is where my brain is. You could be thinking, because your question is like super general. I mean, I've never even thought about balancing the hero versus the villain, but I'm pretty sure you're thinking about it in a specific way, but the way you worded it was like hella general. But Negan, he's the villain, right? But he has this rule against rape. So when it comes to a scene with Sasha, or in the comic it was Holly, you have this villain who was the good guy. She's about to get raped. He comes in and he does that, the good guy moment. Now that has a specific thing, and you can get it. That was just a part of his character. People speculated it had to do with his family, and they gave him a backstory, but that was just simply something he found gross. And I think it was like he didn't trust people and yada, yada, yada. So if I'm, or at least the way I read your question, I think that is the thing. Finding the gauge of the spectrum of the villain's actions and character, the type of person he is, what his goals are versus the heroes. And you don't want them to bleed too much in. I mean, you can have them bleed a little bit in, like a good guy that's doing like bad guy type of stuff, but you can't go too far because then you might have someone all over the place. That's kind of how I look at it, but I don't know. I've never honestly. I'm gonna keep going. I mean, it's just so general. I've never thought about finding a balance. I'm not really sure what you mean, other than like the details of the specifics of the character. What would it be a good if Hilltop and Alexandria just got demolished and our group was on the road together, like in the old days? Sometimes it was, no. Me, I would want it how it is, but send them out and do mini stories out on the road, because then you're not committed to one or the other. You can float. Ronnie is doing the Flaws and All's early episodes, and the mobsters need to rewatch the first season now. If Ronnie's doing, hell yeah, get on it. Or you can go episode to episode. Once we get going, it'll be easy, because then you know one a week. You think Universal will have a big budget for the Rick movies, or will they use a smaller budget like most of their horror films? Well, I don't know, man. It's tricky. I think it's going to be bigger based on the show, but I don't think it's going to be massive based on a superhero, a bigger studio, not even bigger studio. I mean, they've got clout, but I'm talking like Disney, shit like that. Doomsday Kingdom update, no concrete stuff, but very soon. James is still working on issue 5, but we're going to have something real soon. I would say probably in February we'll make our announcement. And this is going to be like, when we announce, we're going right into everything. Issue number 5, volume number 1, the Indiegogo campaign. Like, once we announce it, that's everything. Rolling a 4, I've been busy, homie. I'll get back on my grind. Yeah, get back on that grind, Adam. I think that guy is in a suit in the World Beyond trailer because he's secretly a CRM spy. No, I didn't even think about that. I'm done with the spy theories. We had enough in the original show. Totally random. Yeah, I played the Arkham games before. I liked them. A little repetitive with the fighting, just smashing buttons, but I love the smooth look to the graphics. Do you see any necrophilia happening in Doomsday Kingdom? Yeah, there's zombie fucking, if that counts. I don't think I've ever seen that done in a zombie story. Yeah, there's definitely some twisted character that, I'm sorry, but there's a guy that, thinks if you get there while they're fresh enough, then fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a fucked up guy. It's a fucking... We're trying to show different versions of Dimension versus other versions of people honestly helping out. Even with, was it issue 4 most recently? We showcase, this maybe 2 or 3 sprinkles of really bad people. But then there's that moment just before the bridge where they hit someone, just giving out free water to everyone who's trying to evacuate. It was a shop owner that's just like, here, because doing that little bit of sprinkle. We have a story coming up where it's this little town and they all pull together and it's like they're working together. They're solid people. There is, one really tormented apple in the bunch, but for the most part, they're really, pulling together. But then we do see other areas where they're not pulling together at all. It's a fucking free for all. So just balancing out, showing both sides of the coin. The Governor books are awesome. Would love to see Flaws and Oz for the return episode after Fall of Woodbury. Yeah. If we get there for season 4, that'd be cool. I'm interested in those up to season 5 for sure. I'm excited about, I should say. That wasn't Contact. That was Explorers. Contact was better. Based on... No, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm thinking of Arrival, not Explorers. Arrival? No, fuck. That's with... What's her name? Contact is with... what's his name? The all right guy. Matthew McConaughey. Do I have this fucking right, man? I'm mixing all my old shit up. I'm pretty sure Arrival is what I was thinking of with Charlie Sheen. Contact movie. Yeah, Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey, 1997. Same thing. I watched that and I was fucking bored. But keep in mind, I'm 12. You know what I'm saying? Arrival. Let me see if that was the same. But I will rewatch those. And I find that shit interesting. Movies I've watched when I was younger, and I don't have a nostalgia to the movies because I didn't enjoy them, but I actually get a different appreciation for them now that I'm older. Because when I was a kid, I wanted the alien shit. You know what I'm saying? Arrival movie. Oh, fuck, it wasn't Arrival. So what was it? What the fuck was it? Was it Explorers? There's no way. Rival movie. Charlie Sheen. The Arrival. I knew it was Arrival, something. That's what I was thinking of. Both of them, I was bored, but I was young. Have you seen 30 Days of Night? If so, what did you think? I thought it was good. It was a good zombie movie. I know some people go nuts for that movie, though. They love it. Vampire. I'm talking about complexity and developing stories of the way they are. All right, well, let's break this down. So maybe if there's a little nugget we can talk about here, because this is like super general. Unless you're specifically looking at something like what exactly? You're talking about complexity, something complex, and developing stories of the way they are. Okay, here's the thing. I think what I'm getting hung up on is, okay, so the complexity of developing a hero story and a villain and how they are that way. What do you mean by balancing that? Because I'm pretty sure if I'm thinking about it the way you are, I'm gonna stick with what I said. You know, you have a spectrum. You just make sure it doesn't bleed too much in, and you make sure it sticks within the boundaries of the character, based off of if they're a Marine, if they're a scientist, if they're a, this or that, yada yada yada. You like Walter White, for example. That character, man, they were so tight with the shit he didn't know. He was smart, but there was like common sense shit he just didn't know because he wasn't in that world, and so all those things got to align. Realism for the character, and yeah, I don't know what you mean about, because I've never had to, I don't know, I've never thought about balancing the hero for villain, like the way you word it. I don't know. Maybe if I'm reading it wrong, you guys help me out if you know specifically what he means. I've focused on a hero. This is who he is. This is, how he operates. This is the type of person he is. Develop his character, his flaws, give him his goals. And then you got the villain, and his goal definitely has to be something that, conflicts with the hero. It doesn't always have to be directly related. They can cross paths. Have you seen 30 Days? Okay, I love that. I'm talking about complexity. Do you think the style of directing where it shows someone behind a camera, then they pan away, that character just randomly disappears, is too overused and hot? I think it's fucking terrible, and they should stop doing it right now. I watched Star Trek Picard. Oh my God. Was it any good? I didn't even know that was out yet. I want to see 12-episode Merle mini-series ending with him being found by the governor. Yo, I'm telling you what. I think that shit would be fucking popular. That would be up there. I really believe that. Merle, after season 1, leading the story into when we see him again in season 3. I think that would be fly as fuck. The production office for The Walking Dead is across the street from the Universal backlot. Well, yeah, he was only in 1 episode, right? I'm pretty sure. No, 2. He was in 1 and then the intro to the next. The production office for The Walking Dead is across the street from the Universal backlot in Burbank. That's what's up. All right, I'll try to give you a better answer. If you're going to get to season 1 flaws and ahs no matter what, then I say do the season 10 ones. If not, then do the older ones. Well, listen, that's the thing. Yeah, you guys vote, but I'm doing season 1 flaws and ahs no matter what. The whole thing, the whole 6 episodes. no matter what. And that's if everyone stops watching. Just for my own personal, I enjoy it. I mean, I got Flaws and Aws, the style. I might make tweaks, but it's probably one of the, series I've been the most passionate about. And I do know I have to make some tweaks because there's just far too much involved. One tweak I'm focusing on is how to condense them. And I've already done that with the combo points. It's not like Cinema Sins. They just randomly, here's 10, here's 20, here's 50. They just pick a number. But I actually have this complex point system where everything gets a point. And it's even throughout the movies. So we don't have to worry about yada, yada, yada. So the meaning, atmosphere, vibe, setup, payoff, everything gets a point. So if you have this, and it's all broken down between scenes. So in a scene, if you have multiple points that's on the list, that's what gives you the combo points. And it's the same for every movie. Every movie with the scoring system, every scene is broken down by what's in that scene. And if the scenes run long, then we haven't gotten there yet, but if it's one scene that takes place in a room for 20 straight minutes, well, then we'll have to figure out how we break that down. But for the most part, scenes quickly change and blah, blah, blah. So it depends on how long the movies are. The balance between what's okay, I think that is like the silent crippling aspect, because when I'm doing the numbers on it, what's just okay is like the make or break when it comes to the score. And it's something we don't even talk about because the okay stuff doesn't even get mentioned. But if you have a movie that the whole movie's okay and you have no flaw, maybe one or two flaws, the whole movie's okay, and you only had like one really amazing scene with like a 3 or 4 combo point, your score's low, because the majority of it was okay. And I think that's one thing I love about the way I score it with the Flaws and Aws system. Because if you have that one at the end of the movie, outrageously amazing scene that scores, even if it scores 10 points, like you might get a score of 12 for a movie, just simply because the whole thing was just okay. Arrival sucked. I believe it. You should do characters, Flaws and Aws like Walter White, etc. Maybe eventually we'll figure something out like that. I'm not sure where I would begin just yet, because I'm not sure where I would begin, because you'd have to take the character and his actions, not just he's a teacher, but you have to take his actions. So that would be taking him throughout a whole series. There's a lot of time would be invested in that. But we'll see. Movies, I think, would be easier to practice with, but the idea of the Flaws and Aws and the tally was to branch out into more things that have a scoring system. So yes, doing something similar to that, may one day come up. I think it'd be awesome if the Joker wins. I don't know if the Joker deserves, all 11. I'm not fully convinced yet, but I do believe there's a handful of them that the Joker should definitely take. What do you think about the increase in women action movies in the past few years? I think it's stupid. I mean, I grew up with women in movies. The rest of the world is just catching up. That's how I view it. I grew up loving Ripley from Aliens, being the fucking badass, and had nothing to do with being a woman. No one even talked about it. You know what I'm saying? You may have the occasional mention, but no one even talked about it. Just a great character, solid charisma, charm, and just a fucking badass. And then I had Ripley from Aliens for the horror. And all the final girls you can mention, from Halloween to the Friday the 13th, all of those fucking, you know what I mean? And for action, it was Sarah Connor. For my video games, it was Lara Croft. So again, when you say it like that, I don't know, bro. I grew up with women in the lead kicking ass and being awesome. So fuck, it's about time the rest of y'all are catching up, I did see a funny article. It was for horror fans, And the point of the article was someone that was just like, everyone's making a big deal out of women. I think they were making fun of Brie Larson. Women being in the lead now, and horror fans are like, yeah, we've been doing it for years. You know, you guys are just fucking copying us and catching up. Anyway, I mean, like spending literal time on what to focus on. Okay, well, now we're chipping away at it. Literal time on what to focus on. Start with the goals. You want the easiest thing right out the gate. The goals are important. Like, I can't get into spoilers, but for my character, Tristan in Doomsday Kingdom, one goal that is blatantly obvious: he needs to get to his sister. And Tristan is he's in shock. You know, he's in a moment of shock. For those who read it, he's in this really twisted place. He's gonna have his moment where he cracks, and emotionally, he's not gonna turn into a psycho, but he kind of had this traumatic thing, and he's in like this just foggy shock right now. But his main goal is he's got to get to his sister. His sister was really close with his daughter, and his wife died in a car accident recently. So his sister was there a lot, and their bond was getting hella strong. You know, like two best friends. So Tristan's like, I need to get to my sister, and I gotta tell her that her niece is dead. And that's the thing, is like, that's important to him, that he's there with her. And again, that connects to some spoiler stuff, because emotionally she was been through a lot for the past few months. So, I mean, this is going to sting. So that's his most important and pressing goal right in that very moment. Something simple. He's just got to get to his sister and fucking give her the bad news. Outside of that fact, he's also, well, fuck it. If you haven't read it yet, what are you waiting for? Tristan got, I won't spoil it. He got fucked up, you know? He got in some trouble. He got hurt bad. And his next thing, his goal is going to be, okay, you know, I'm not long for this world. So what can I do to help my sister next, because I might not be around much longer. So again, focus on the goals and keep their actions in line with the character. I think one thing I'm really interested in revealing is a lot of people go with weaker, nicer, yada yada yada, and then they turn them tough. And Rick is a perfect example. Good cop, nice guy, you know, has emotions and yada, yada, yada. Well, I went with Tristan, who's a character that's a little rougher, you know, been in and out of jail. He was a bartender at the time when we seen him. Some other things that are going to come up. But this is someone who can take it there. But I'm trying to, or at least my attempt is to show a little bit about how going through something can change a person, but different than simply take this nice and you know, whatever person and just make them tough and badass, you know. So I'm trying to avoid that. And we're good right now, but once we get more out, I think it'll piece together a little smoother. Yes, the Governor series would be awesome. Plus the actor that played in him was great. I think the actor did good. Oh, well, in that case, I would like the season 10 be Flaws and Oz for the sake of completing season 10. Sorry, I didn't mean to be so difficult. Godzilla. God, you're difficult. No DK spoilers, Well, no, it's already spoilers for shit you read. You know what I mean? I'm only spoiling up to issue 4 that's released. And I meant spoilers for someone who didn't read Doomsday Kingdom yet. Well, in that case, hey, what's up, Ronnie? I wouldn't spoil something that's not on purpose. I wouldn't spoil something that's not out yet. Unless it's small stuff that isn't really, it might sound big, but it really is not at all in the story. I know, because there's a couple things I talk about, like the world, and I know people are like, no, and I'm like, trust me, that's such a tiny part of it. Just trust me. Who's a character returning as a walker? The grandma Dante killed. Also, what is the Flaws and Oz thingy? It's kind of like Cinema Sins, a little bit. And instead of picking out just the sins, we pick out everything that's good and bad in a movie. And we give it a point based on a complicated point scoring system. And at the end, we rate it all and compare all movies together visually on a shelf. You know what I mean? Flaws and Awes, we have one playlist for The Walking Dead show. And then we have one for movies, just movies. Check them out if you're interested. The more the merrier. It would help out. Would you do Flaws and Awes for Vanilla Sky? It's up to you guys. It's up to you. And it's up to the supporters on Patreon and the Map Mob members. You all are picking what gets made. So it's up to you all. I have 5 picks. I gave everyone who's a member 5 picks. They voted. Well, those who wanted to vote voted. Now we're making polls based on that. Every month, everyone gets 5 picks in the Map family. And everyone does the polling on Twitter, on YouTube, yada, yada, yada. And I get 5. Actually, I didn't even think about when. In between uploading, I'm going to slip in my 5 picks. So, and those are just going to be surprise and yada, yada, you know? Bam. Take that. Wayne Dunlap from the Guts episode. They used his guts. Now that you say it, I remember it, but I wouldn't have remembered his name. People want Brie Larson fired. That's just because she's a bitch. You should check out Study to Craft on YouTube. He analyzes The Walking Dead from a screenwriter's point of view. You'd like it. That sounds awesome, actually. Fuck yeah, Ripley was a badass bitch, and she wasn't overdone either. She was done super realistic. She evolved into it. Yeah, I fucking like Ripley a lot. Did you see the Splice, and what did you think? I don't know. I might be confusing that with something else, but I think I did see it. I don't think I was all that crazy about it. Just for fun, tried writing my own Flaws and Awes whilst watching Inglourious Bastards, and it was harder than I thought. Respect to you for getting those vids out as quick as you do. Yo, I appreciate you for giving that a try. Because when I was piecing it together, initially it was something totally different. I mean, there wasn't no scoring system, but we did say, yes, this worked, and this, didn't. For the majority, we're not going to be right for everyone. And for a while now, I was kind of stumped on something. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I am going to do a scoring system. It's an idea I started playing around with, and then I dropped it because I didn't want it too much like CinemaSins, to be honest. But once I get a custom dinger, my own map sound, I don't think many people are going to even flinch at that. It's just the dinger's the fucking same. So, but yeah, we're picking out things that worked and didn't, and it's in a different format. We do a recap of the movie, and we pick out everything that's good and bad. Sometimes we play scenes. Sometimes we do a little video essay in the middle of the thing. And for a few of them, it does get tricky. If you want to do a Flaws and Awes for fun, one of the best tricks or tips I can give you is you got to break it down scene by scene. That's where I ended up setting up the structure, because when I did it originally, it was done every minute, and then that was problematic. So I started doing every single scene and the moments within the scene, like I said before, of how the point system breaks down. Picard died by data in the show's opening scene, April's Fools. I don't care. I don't watch Star Trek. Bree's trying to be a superhero, though, unless you guys know something I don't. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, I'm not talking about politics here. I don't know what you're talking about. Horrible Bosses was funny. Parts of it, I thought. Yep. Your take on Alien? Oh, I fucking love Alien. Alien and Aliens. And there's a part of me that might like, I know this is blasphemy for some, there's a part of me that might like Aliens a bit better. When I first moved into this apartment I'm in now, we downsized, and it was there was neglected areas in this house I had to clean. I had to rip the whole bathroom apart. And at the time, I videotaped it to do like a little blog on my my personal channel, but it was a mess. I had to spend way more money than I expected repairing the bathroom, and there was all this other stuff I had to do. And this apartment is half the size as our old one, but that one just got way too expensive. So, you know, I had to make that cut. And this year, I really want to try to save up and yada, yada, yada. So anyway, I get done putting stuff away, and the living room finally looks like a living room. And then I was like, yo, I'm going to sit down and watch a movie. And I picked Alien, popped it in, and oh man, I don't know. I fucking loved it, you know? And then the next night after I got done, all day just working and unpacking and setting up, I put in Aliens 2, and it was just, you know, fucking nice. I got to tell you, those are probably in a series. Let me think about this. That's probably the one that's the most solid because I love 1 and 2 almost equally. I think Terminator is kind of like that, but I clearly like T2 more than T1. However, it's close because T1 is good. I mean, T1 is really good. Getting stuffy here with the fucking whatever. I didn't see Bad Boys 3, but I like Bad Boys. I like the Bad Boys movies. Any chance a character will lose a hand in Doomsday Kingdom would make for interesting character development since most zombie media move on from the trauma. I tell you what, I'm in no rush, but eventually something like that is bound to happen. I mean, you might see, as a little hint, you might see something that might not be a full hand. Just to give you a little hint, you might see, little version of that, different version of that. But I'm not in a hurry to do something. Just because anything that is very prominent in The Walking Dead, I am gonna, tread lightly when it comes to doing anything similar. Because I do want this to stand on its own. No, I'm not accusing anybody. Oh, I'm not getting into the beef and battling going on here. What are you guys talking about? Someone name dropping a random politician. Yeah. Let me in your house. I don't think you're saying that right. I don't think, actually, Spin, let me know, but I don't think that happened at all. I think, anyway, just fucking ignore. If someone says something you don't like, just ignore them. It's really that simple. And that goes for everyone. Just ignore. Because every Sunday this happens. This is nothing new. When you ignore them, they go away. When you give them attention, they keep going. This is like Internet 101. Just ignore them. Aliens, bro. Not the movies. Oh, you mean actual aliens? I don't give a fuck. They're not real. Get out of here. Hope Black Widow is good, old boy. I don't know. I mean, aliens, what are we talking? Microscopic shit or real aliens? The galaxy's massive. I would love to think there's something else out there, but there's just a part of my brain that thinks, I don't know. There's just something off about that. I don't know. I mean, shit would be crazy, but it would also be scary. It would also be wild. I think I'll never see aliens, real aliens, in my lifetime. I doubt that's even a thing. I don't know. I don't even know if I would want to be honest. I hope Black Widow is a good old boy. From what I've heard, even the cast and people behind the scenes hate Brie Larson. Sounds about right. Some of the acting in Aliens was cringe, though, like dude saying game over, really bad. Oh, Bill Paxton? No way. I love him, man. I think he's great. That shit. I'm a big Bill Paxton fan, though. He was in everything, yo. He was in everything. What are some of your favorite horror movies from 2019? I hated Midsommar. The Lighthouse. I'm gonna fucking blasphemy here. The Lighthouse. I gotta do a hold on. I'm gonna give you a, you know, I'm gonna give you a little. I was a little tanked when I saw Lighthouse, so maybe I need to see it in a different light. It Part 2 were some of mine. I did enjoy It Part 2, but for me it wasn't scary whatsoever. I just like the look of the clown and when he kills little kids. Sorry, but it's interesting. When it comes to Midsommar, everyone keeps like throwing that at me, and I did not enjoy it, even in the slightest, you know? I don't know. I liked some of the gore. That was kind of cool, you know? Ronnie Spell, ICUP. Boy. Ledger was great. Yeah, they were. There's actually parts of Alien 3 and even Resurrection that I enjoy. Here's what's fun. I never seen Alien 3. Even when I was young, I was like, they killed Hicks and, help me out. Fucking, what's her name? Oh my God. Alien fans are going to be like, there's no way, bruh. There's no way you don't know the little girl's name. I know it, but I just can't do it. There's no way they kill Hicks and fucking what's her name? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm a fake geek gamer girl. I don't remember the little bitch's name, but the little chick, man. Listen, let me tell you something. I did not watch Alien 3. I didn't even watch Alien with Winona Ryder. I skipped that. I've seen clips from trailers and review videos and stuff. I've never sat down and watched the full movie because I was like, no. Anyhow, that'll be interesting, and I'm actually excited to watch that. Resurrection is mostly dumb popcorn flick. How do you feel about the Black Widow movie coming out? After she was killed in previous, it's too late to do backstory. I really don't care. She's hot, so I'm going to red box it to look at that ass. That's about it. Alien 3 was good, but I hated the producer's cut. You should consider doing Flaws and Awes on Sons of Anarchy and do each video as season review instead of episode review to save time. Well, here's the thing is I can't. So many people are saying do a whole season at once in Flaws and Awes. I can't unless I change the Flaws and Awes. Unless I say, okay, unless I do the story arc instead of the traditional Flaws and Awes. Because if I did one season at a time, it would be the same length as an episode. So let's say it takes me like 15 minutes an episode and there's 10 episodes. Every season would be a 2-hour video. You know what I'm saying? But if I only did a Flaws and Awes based on the story, it's just like with The Walking Dead season 10A. I can do that. You know what I mean? But if I'm already watching the whole season over again and doing the I might as well just fucking do episode by episode. But hold on, because once we get going, I'm going to start doing TV show pilots. And depending on how well that does, maybe if Sons of Anarchy is like, bam, people are interested, I'll do episode 2. And then if they're interested, 3 and 4 and 5. And then if they're cooling off, I'll stop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about doing stuff like that. It is possible. I've always thought in order for the new Terminator films to be successful, they got to go back and do similar things as T1, let the T-800 be the antagonist. I don't think that's the case at all. I think you could do that. Newt! Fucking Newt! I knew it! Oh my God, how I can't fucking do it, chat. I don't deserve to live. Oh God. Fucking Ronnie Hayes banned for making fun of suicide. I'm sorry. It was a joke. I've always thought in order to... Only Alyssa W. Thank you very much for that. $2 dono to remind my dumb ass of fucking Newt. How did I forget Newt? Back to Terminator. Yeah, they just needed a good movie and a different spin on it. And actual charisma. Whoever they got to play the new John Connor, the little girl John Connor was, I'm sorry, she's probably a great person and talented in other things, but she was a cringe wreck, cringe train wreck in that. I got to work around 1 a.m. just checking in before I start. Keep up the great work. Thank Joe Bono, GM. You got censored. Is that right? You didn't get censored for a Disney movie, didn't you? Spin, what's going on here? That's not censor worthy. What did you hate about Midsommar? I went in with zero expectations. What did you hate about Midsommar? I think what threw me off a bit was the symbolism, the celebration. Like, again, for me, it just, I don't know. It was like watching, what was that one with Nicolas Cage, where my eyes, the bees, my eyes. What was that movie? It was like watching that movie without the ridiculous charm of Nicolas Cage. Now, keep in mind, maybe let it settle a little, and then I'll go back and watch it, and I'm like, fuck. I also watched Nightingale, I think it's called, that everyone was like going nuts for, and I even spent money to rent it digitally just to hurry up instead of Redbox, and I was mad, because I fucking didn't like it. Let me stand corrected. I thought it was just okay, you know what I mean? But people hyped it up, and I thought it was like, whew, oh my God. And I went in, and it was just like, it's just okay. Girl gets raped and revenge. Done. Great movie. Done. That's it. I don't know. How do you feel about the third Walking Dead show? Only 2 seasons long. Well, I did a whole video on that, so you can watch that for the full details. But essentially, I'm mixed. 2 seasons, it feels like they're giving up really because there's not enough interest. And on the flip side, I think they could potentially do a nice tight story within those 2 seasons. Frailty with Matthew McConaughey. I like that one, I think, if I can remember. You got to play Saints and Sinners. It'd be a dream for you and worth getting a VR headset. I don't have the money. I honestly don't have the money. Even if I wanted to and you convinced me, I don't have the money. What is a VR headset? Because it'd be I have a PS4. So VR headset. PS4. What's everything you need? $130, $150. Actually, that's not. No, hold on. PlayStation VR headset and camera bundle discontinued. Why is it discontinued? This one says $320. eBay says $260. Let me go shopping. Starter pack. This says $70 for just a headset. That's not bad, actually. This one says this one's got 5 games though. I don't really care about the games. Oh, Resident Evil. If I get virtual VR, I'm getting Resident Evil. I'm sorry, I have it already. I'm playing Resident Evil because that I'm interested in. This says $80. Someone please let me know what the difference between the $70 one and the $260 one. Because this is Sony PlayStation VR headset core system. What do you need? Let me just look up Best Buy, damn it, or Amazon. Amazon is good. Amazon. PS4 VR. PlayStation VR Mega Blood Truth Everyone's Golf Bundle. Yuck. $350. PlayStation VR Bundle 5-pack game, $280. PlayStation $295. So here's one with no games, just the headset. $295. Why wouldn't I just buy all the games then? Jesus. Here's one with oh, that's way too much. They want. That's fuck that. $400. So it looks like if I went to Amazon, it'd be $295 right now. Oh, Jesus. What was the one for $70? That was like a whacked out website. Eli Shops? I don't trust it. Yeah, I don't have that. I can't do that. You ever see The Dark Backward? The weird movie from the 1990s with Bill Paxton? Dark Backward. I don't think so. I take baths in milk all the time. I love Bill Paxton too. Frailty is one of my favorite movies, but that scene in Aliens was bad in my opinion. I don't share your views. I could see how people are like, yeah, I'm not cool with that. But I like his vibe in that scene. I dig it. Watch You on Netflix and get ready to get mind bent. I saw the trailer and it did not look interesting. But if you're saying it's good, I'll check out at least an episode or something. Thank you for doing these streams much better than the number streams. Just saying. I don't know what the number streams are. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Princess Pie coming in fly with a $50 dono. She came in. She just signed up to do a $50, well, a little bit ago, support to the Map Mob to help. Big shout out and thank you to Princess Pie to help the Flaws and Aws get up off the ground. And she's coming in with another $50 dono. Love tap, nut tap that I truly appreciate from the bottom of my nuts. A little support for you, Ronnie. Keep doing your awesome work. And I wish a good evening to everyone. Enjoy the live stream. It's time for me to wake up and get ready to go to work. Hugs and kisses, hugs and kisses. Well, shit. I hope you have a good day at work. Sorry you're getting up and rolling out the door, but she's on a different time zone. Obviously. But I hope you have a good day at least. And again, appreciate the love tap. If Vince Gilligan makes the third show in the Breaking Bad universe, what would you want it to be about? And who do you want to star in the series? A young Mike prequel, maybe? I'm not interested. I don't like recasting. I'm not. I don't want any young people. I'm just not into it. It's just me, though. But if I could pick anything that's a third show, something interesting. I just don't care about... and I like Saul, man. I fucking like Saul, but I don't care about his lawyer job. I fucking can't. I just don't care. I tried watching it again, too. I don't care. When Mike is on screen, I'm glued. When whatever his name is on Gus, I'm glued. When it's Saul... and it's the lawyer shit, I'm so fucking bored. It's unreal. We're going to be shutting this down soon, though. I did not realize we hit the 2-hour mark. Again, a massive thank you. Ending out the stream with a bomb-ass, super helpful donation to end us out. Appreciate that, Princess Pie. Bro, J Station just posted a new video about his girlfriend. Let's get that popcorn, please. Yeah, he's a degenerate. The number streams include 9 ... I don't know what that is. The number streams include 9 ... What the fuck are you talking about? I'm looking at my videos to see what you're talking about. Live stream, I got Ask Me Anything. Rick Grimes, 9 ... Am I reading that right, or am I just stupid? I have no idea what you're talking about. The Walking Dead Season 10, that's like all of them. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Are your expectations low for House of the Dragon? Got prequel? Oh, they're rock bottom. My expectations are flatlined, homie. Definitely. You can talk to that kid about the tap. Laugh out loud. Yes, he did. Rank Clem on your favorite characters. Well, she'd be up there. She isn't at the top, but she'd be up there. I still think it was a foolish, stupid, idiotic mistake to not play Clem in season 3. That I will never get over that. I don't understand the rationale there. I just don't get it. Even when I look back at the series as a whole, I just don't get it. Like, that was so dumb. Where can I buy issues of Doomsday Kingdom? I would love to follow it. Looks awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. DoomsdayKingdom.com. You could get the digital comic there if you just want to read the story up until this point, or the physical. And again, if it's out of stock or temporarily out of stock, we will be doing everything pretty much on the site right now. It gets, restocks from time to time. So you just got to catch the window, because we're at the point where when we stock, we run right out. It comes kind of quick. In a little bit, once we build it up, we'll be able to buy bigger stock and house bigger stock. But anytime, my pleasure. Thank you very much. Negan hasn't been what? Hasn't been seen since episode 6. Yeah, but, that was only 2 episodes ago. I'm excited for future Game of Thrones stuff, prequels, books, video games, anything that has got lore related. I feel you. I'm just not in it that deep, I guess. While your expectations low, it could to go writing, hopefully not be rushed. Well, it's low because God is dead to me. Season 8 was so bad. I was even dusting and cleaning off. I had to set up my bookcase. It was just not my bookcase, my DVD rack in the hallway. It was just a mess. I had the movies separated at one point in time, and the shelves, they're not even. So long story, because the DVDs and Blu-rays and everything having different sizes to them, just really stupid. It looks like an awesome shelf, and I thought it would only hold the Blu-rays, but the idiots who designed this, the engineering morons, made the bottom half for Blu-rays. It's nice and even, but the top half is crooked when it comes to Blu-rays, because then you have this huge gap. Even if you use DVDs, each one has a huge gap. It's so dumb. I don't know why they didn't just take the bottom half and recreate the same exact size and distance on the top half, and then you'd have one perfect shelf of evenly matched shelves. So dumb. Anyway, I'm cleaning that up, and I was looking at the bottom shelf of the cases, and I was like, I want to sell them, because I just had no interest to watch them.
And can you pour me a glass of my juice?
Yes, absolutely. Yep, I'm going to get rolling now. Last questions to end this off. This past week, Vince Gilligan said he thinks Better Call Saul will have a better ending than Breaking Bad. Thoughts? Well, I think that's what's the best way to put it? I think it depends. Let me change my words. I think it depends, because if you're hooked on the characters in the world of Breaking Bad, then you're not. Unless you're more into the people from Better Call Saul and the story from Better Call Saul. I'm not. I mean, I have a connection to, like I said, like 1/3 of the story and the characters. But the biggest part of the story I have no interest in, and I don't even care. So when it comes to the ending, for me, it's probably not gonna be. It might be, but it's doubtful. Yeah, I grew up watching Blood In, Blood Out. Do you wish Walking Dead comics were still ongoing? A part of me does, yeah. Part of me definitely does. I gotta eat something. My stomach is like, feed me, fucker. Do you wish the Walking Dead? All right, we do. TV adaptation of DDK when? I have no control over that, brother. I mean, right now we're just doing everything in our power to get the comic out there. You know what I mean? That's first. We need to be able to crawl before we can get off our shit rag. You know what I'm saying? We're not anywhere near that. And like I said, even if Doomsday Kingdom was on and popping right now, I'm not in control of if it gets picked up for anything. TV, movie, fucking cartoon, it's out of my hands. You remember Dude Guys? Yeah, he took a little break. He's busy. He said, my favorite ongoing franchise, probably Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, Star Wars, Marvel. And there's some good solid franchises. New Jason movie had a lot of, but besides that great, the ending was stupid, though gonna jump down the lakes being anchored down. Yeah, I get what they were going for, though. They went like, okay, fans, jumping out of the lake. Blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't have went that direction. I still like my ending. For anyone who doesn't know, and I get it. It's mine, so I'm going to be biased. But I had this fucking idea of a more realistic Jason, not a zombie, not blah, blah, blah. And he was real, I believe, in the remake. But the end of the screenplay was when he does this final kill. His mask gets ripped off, and you see his deformed face, and he's smiling, like in a really demented. And then you knew, oh my god, like he likes the killing. He has this curiosity for it, and he likes it. He enjoys it, and it's just that realization. And again, that connects with the story and how it unfolds. But then the final girl, goes running off, and again, it's a play on the genre itself. But the final girl goes running off, and he takes his mask and puts it on, and that's how we end, where he slowly starts walking after her. Like, imagine it's coming towards the camera, and through that slow motion, that's where you start playing the classic theme for the first time. You got to hold out. We have a new we should have a new theme. You're supposed to. That's how it's written. And then once he's walking past us, and you get that classic theme roll up, then the slow motion goes even slower, you fade to black, and then you pump up the music. And again, that's the thing, because that slow walk, the slow, purposeful, it's not throughout the movie, but it's right here at the end. And then you get the theme with there's a whole bunch put together. But something like that, simple, and it's punchy, and it's not forced in there like jumping out of a water just because they did that in the first one. But this is a reference to the, like, you saw Jason in his final form by the very end, Never knew too many sex scenes was a bad thing. I got to agree. I mean, listen, and this isn't just because I'm getting old now. Even when I was younger, there's a point where you're, inexperienced, or, not for everybody, but when I was less experienced, I was like, yeah, titties, nice. I'll watch them. But then I hit a certain point where if I want to see them, I'll go see them. If I want to get laid, I'll go do that. But when I'm watching a movie, don't waste my time with a sex scene. You know what I'm saying? I don't care to look at tits I'm not going to grab. You know what I mean? If they're not mine, what the fuck do I want to see them for? Get on to the killing. That's where I'm at. Nice rack, though. But I don't care. Cut it out and put more killing in there. I don't even think she had a cool death scene. Didn't she just get, pinned up to the wall? Not much, Or maybe it did go through her body, but I think it was off screen. All right, let's end this. Yeah, I understand if people still got and love it and yada, yada, yada. It's just, the end just... It didn't hold up to the prophecy hype and all that. What's your favorite version of Jason Voorhees? Personally, I love Part 3. I'm still undetermined because there's parts of the remake Jason that I fucking love. I love the setting traps. I love the brute, style. I love how he runs. I love so much of that. So right now that's kind of in the lead, but there's also some classic Jason that I'm hooked on as well. And it's all different, which I have a hard time, because I don't always want my Jason to have the skin growing into his mask and over his mask. But do I want that on my shelf? Yes, because it's badass. So that's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites. I think my favorite, just overall Jason for the most part, is probably the remake. You know what I mean? I think that's probably my favorite look. Yeah, I think in the old ones, they're nostalgic, but they're a little too simple. Even when you're looking at the accurate NECA figures, it's just kind of like worker pants with a button down. And again, it's good, but it's... And then with I think it is part 3... No. Is it? Yeah, it is part 3 where he gets the mask for the first time. Isn't that... Yeah, because part 3 is in 3D. He has a really lazy walk, which again, I don't know why, but for some reason it really annoys me. Because it's goofy. And outside of his walk, though, I think the very end he's the scariest. That might be part 5. It's where he's like, he supposedly raped the girl or something. And it's funny, but it's like freaky funny because he's all like, yeah, he's tapping at the window. He's like, yes, I'm going to get it, Come on, you're not that old. Talk to me again in 30 years. Well, you know what I'm saying. Did you hear about the Anaconda remake and they want to make it an action like Meg? So lame. Yeah, I don't know about that. Part 3, Jason has a hump left my... Listen, there's part of me that likes that style, that look, because they put it in the figures, and he's got like this look to it. Jason versus Freddy's got a cool look, but I agree the movie sucked. That's hard when you think about... the girl in the Jason remake clearly had a boob job. I mean, when they're bouncing up and down, you can see it clear as day. And that shit is clear as day because it fights gravity like there's no tomorrow. And you can even, I'm pretty sure, unless that's just weird looking boobs, but there's literally like a shape, obviously. But if you're not thinking of, I don't know, there's like a weirdish shape when they bounce. Have you ever seen Hatchet movies? Yeah, I like those. Just the cut 'em up blood and gore, just popcorn, whatever. I am a true dad badass. Unfortunately, this true dad badass has to shut it down. Because my stomach is, I don't know what it is, but it is like, bruh, eat. And I put some, fuck is it? Lasagna. I put some lasagna away for later. And listen, I'm going to tear that shit up. And then lay down my daughter. She's not feeling so good. So perfect thing to see in my sub box while I eat my dinner. Good. Start it over from the front and watch it to the back. Go front to back with it. I was going to put in some perverted comment, but I lost it anyway. Hate all the original Freddy movies. The remake is the only one I like. Ooh, see, me and you are different. I enjoy Freddy 1 a lot. I like it a lot. Awesome, but the rest of the movie was okay. The remake is the only one I like. The first 20 minutes was awesome. I hate the original Freddy movies. And that's tricky too. I'm going to do a whole rewatch because I watched Jason and Freddy the as much as I could when I was younger, when I was able to. And there was a point where I was heavily into them, but then I got into Kung Fu movies like a nutcase when I was like 16 to whatever age, like in my 20s. So that was like watch Kung Fu movies every single day and night. And then with dates or certain times when I was in the mood, I watched the horror movies. But from like, I'll say 25 to 30, I just like straight didn't watch a single Jason movie, a single Friday the 13th Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Not a single one. The classics. If they did a remake in between that time, like I think the remake. No, I'm not that fucking old. I didn't watch a single one. Maybe for some of them it was even longer because I watched it and I didn't like it and I've never watched it again. Like Jason Goes to Hell, I watched that when I was like 10 and I fucking hated it because Jason's not in it. I haven't watched it in 20 years. I'm actually excited to sit down and watch it again because it's been so long. I watched Jason Friday the 13th part 5 and part 6 back to back while I was doing some work. It's free on Amazon Prime if you want. That's the only reason why I watched them. It just popped up for free and I had to work on my phone, so I just put it on. And there was parts I think it was more in 6 or 5. There was parts I just totally forgot about. I think 3 is the one I watched probably the most, growing up. So that I was kind of, hit or miss on. But I might be going live next week. It all depends on the schedule. Anyway, thank you guys for coming out to the stream. I do appreciate the support. And if you are interested, if this is the first time you're hearing about the movie Flaws and Awes video series or the Walking Dead Flaws and Awes, I hope it's here to stay as far as that style. It's gonna transform a bit. I don't think I'm done tweaking things. But essentially the idea is picking out and having fun with picking out what works and what doesn't for the most part for our entertainment, whether it's movies or shows. So we're going slow, but I'm hoping it picks up. If you are interested, there's going to be a link anywhere I'll try to put a link in the comment section, but you could just click on my name, Make a Path Presents, go down the video list and look for the movie Flaws and Awes, or click a playlist. And let me know what you think. Definitely help support, because I want to do more of those. And I want to do it to where we're doing one Walking Dead a week and one movie one a week. That's my main goal. If I could just do that, bro, 2 videos, 2 like highly edited videos each week, I'd be fine with that. Obviously, when there's like breaking news, we'd pop in and do sudden videos for that shit. We do our Sunday streams, but Sunday stream every Sunday and then 2 videos a week. That would be Sunday, Monday, and Friday. I'd be perfect with that schedule. But again, I need to work YouTube full time until to get there. Anyway, love you guys. Have a good night. I'm going to fuck up some lasagna. Last minute dono from Chris Stanley. Have a good night, Ronnie. Thanks for the stream. Thank you very much, Chris Stanley, and also Chris Taus. He donated at the end of last week's stream, and I totally forgot. Chris Taus, Chris Stanley, and then Princess Pie coming in fly at the end here. So have a good night, and I'll see you next Sunday, and then throughout this week. And don't forget the Ronnie Hayes channel has some content. I can't even say sudden ending. I'm just waiting for it to shut down now.